One sunny morning in Smurf Village, Papa Smurf gathered everyone in the center square. "Smurfs," he announced with a twinkle in his eyes. "It's time for our favorite tradition, the Smurflympic Games." The Smurfs' cheers echoed through the village, filling the air with eager anticipation. This year's theme? Blue Ribbons and Blueberries. A theme that ignited their spirits as visions of friendly competitions danced before their eyes. The games promised delightful events, including the most scrumptious blueberry pie-eating contest, where the goal was to gobble down as many pies as possible, and everyone knew greedy Smurf had the stomach for it. Whiskers, the energetic cat elf who loved dancing around the Smurfberry trees, was enthralled to join the leaf-jumping races. Smurfette's goal was to outshine every Smurf in her vine-climbing challenge. What better way to show her dexterity and strength? The Smurfs dispersed through the pulsing village, each one determined to train harder than ever before. They vaulted over fallen logs, rolled grapes across rugged landscapes, and dashed beneath the cotton candy clouds. Competitive Smurf sharpened his blueberry-picking tactics. Hefty Smurf devoted his mornings to enhancing his endurance and speed by climbing taller and taller trees. As they trained, a little butterfly that loved fluttering above them mysteriously seemed to always be in sync, gracefully towing Smurfette during her speed trials. And there was Brainy Smurf, developing strategy guides with nifty tips for each event, ensuring that tactics would determine countability in this year's Smurflympics. One night, as the stars twinkled above, the Smurfs gathered in the candlelit square. With bright eyes and bushy tails, they'd listen to Papa Smurf remind them that winning meant nothing unless kindness, teamwork, and fun accompanied their ribbons and blueberries. The day of the Smurflympic Games arrived, followed by colorful flags flapping in a gentle breeze. Smurfs and their friends had a whale of a time both competing and cheering on their fellow Smurfs. The climax came at the pie-eating contest where greedy Smurf, surprisingly outdone by Brainy's clever pie-holding technique. Smurfette transitioned triumphantly from vine to vine, leaving others astonished at her ability. Blue ribbons shone throughout Smurf Village as the Smurfberry pies, laughter, and camaraderie stretched across the evening, reminding everyone that no matter the outcome, they were united by their Smurfy spirit. Papa Smurf smiled warmly at his kind-hearted village and whispered to himself, "Until next year." Once upon a time in the lovely Smurf Village, there was a grand event taking place, the Smurf Olympics. All the Smurfs joined in, each one bringing their unique skills and playfulness to the games. Smurfette decided to focus on her blueberry toss. She practiced every day, perfecting her aim and distance so she could impress everyone with her swirl and throw technique. On the other side of the village, Hefty Smurf was determined to win the strength competition. He lifted heavy baskets full of juicy blueberries to build his muscles up strong. "I will be the strongest Smurf in the Olympics," he announced proudly. Meanwhile, poor clumsy Smurf tried his best to join in the log balancing race. Each time he stepped onto the log, he'd wobble and jiggle until he, plop, fell into the river. "It seems swimming might be my sport after all," Clumsy chuckled, dripping wet. Brainy Smurf had taken upon himself a different task for the Smurf Olympics. He wanted everyone to know the rules and the best manners to follow. "Proper Olympic etiquette is important for respectful games," he'd say. Unfortunately, his long lectures were a bit too much, and many Smurfs would nod off with snoozes halfway through his speech. And then there was Jokey Smurf, who kept concocting distractions with his signature exploding presence. Surprise, he'd yell as a package popped and sprawled confetti all over. The Smurfs couldn't stop giggling. It made the games even more fun. Despite the antics, the Smurf Olympic spirit was vibrant. Laughter echoed through the lilac skies, and teamwork filled the air with happiness. Sure, it was a bit of chaos, but it was their chaos, making every Smurf Olympic game memorable in their own cheerful, blue way. The Smurflympic Games opened with a blueberry cannon boom. Every Smurf in Smurf Village was excited for the day ahead, filled with laughter, cheers, and friendly competitions. First was the pie-eating contest, where greedy Smurf was determined to win. He was famous for his enormous appetite, and surely enough, he gobbled pie after pie until he nearly burst. His cheeks were full, his satisfaction profound, and he took the trophy with a big, happy grin. Next, all the Smurfs gathered around for the Smurfsticle course, a wild, challenging adventure full of mud pits, tree swings, and blueberry hurdles. Each Smurf had to muster all their bravery. Brainy Smurf swung from tree branches with clever calculations, while Papa Smurf guided others with wise encouragement. The gaps were filled with cheers and chants, all Smurfs urging each other on. Among them, Clumsy Smurf was giving his best too. Known for his hilarious mishaps, Clumsy often added a delightful twist to the games. When it was time for the vine swing, Clumsy accidentally swung so hard that he went crashing right through the finish line. Despite the tumble, Clumsy won the vine swing, leaving everyone laughing and clapping. Throughout the day, the Smurfs enjoyed their games under the bright sun in Smurf Village, with blue faces shining with pie filling and smiles. Every Smurf felt like a winner at heart, sharing in the joy of friendship and fun. The Smurflympic Games were a reminder that together, as friends, anything is possible in the magical world of the Smurfs. Once upon a bright and sunny day in Smurf Village, the annual blueberry race was about to begin. All the Smurfs were eager, especially because the grand prize was a giant golden blueberry trophy that glimmered in the sun like magic. As the Smurfs lined up at the starting point, boasting and teasing one another about their chances to win, a group of sneaky crows conjured a plan in the nearby forest. Caw, caw. They had spotted the shiny trophy and decided they wanted it for themselves. The race began with Hefty Smurf sprinting ahead, his muscles powering him down the track. Not far behind was Smurfette, taking advantage of her nimble speed. Brainy Smurf was using his intellect, trying to figure out the best strategy to win. Meanwhile, the crows swooped down like a storm of black feathers over the finish line, diving straight for the trophy. Chaos erupted in Smurf Village. "Oh no, the crows are trying to steal our trophy," cried Papa Smurf. Without hesitation, Hefty Smurf swung his powerful fists through the air, not hitting the crows, but scaring them away momentarily. Smurfette, quick-thinking as ever, grabbed her trusty slingshot and fired blueberries at the crows. Brainy Smurf, always with a book in hand, stacked his books high, creating a makeshift barrier around the trophy. "Knowledge is power," he proclaimed as he stood defiantly. The flock of crows cackled and cawed, trying to breach the circle of Smurfs. But they soon realized their plan was futile. Defeated by the teamwork and clever defense of the Smurfs, the crows flapped their wings and flew off, squawking angrily into the forest. With the trophy safe and the race complete, Papa Smurf declared, "Today, the real winners are the Smurfs who worked together to save our prize." The Smurfs cheered, celebrating not just the race, but their unity and courage. And as the sun set, painting the sky a golden hue, the Smurfs proudly admired their gleaming trophy, safe and sound, once again proving that teamwork triumphs over trickery. In the cheerful village of the Smurfs, something special was always happening. One day, Papa Smurf decided to organize a Smurftastic contest. He proclaimed it would be a gathering of fun, games, and most importantly, unity. Smurfs eagerly prepared themselves for the event, each showcasing their unique and delightful talents. As the golden sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, the Smurfs gathered under the twinkling stars. A stage was set, decorated with vibrant flowers and streamers. Papa Smurf stood with a warm smile, ready to announce the winners. Among the bustling crowd, There were Smurfs who had baked the most scrumptious cupcakes, others displayed their intricate paintings, while some showcased their spectacular acrobatics. Every Smurf had something wonderful to offer. When the time came to give out the awards, Papa Smurf did something unexpected. Rather than rewarding just the winners, he handed blue ribbons to every Smurf who participated. These ribbons are not just awards, Papa Smurf declared, with a twinkle in his eye. They symbolize friendship, teamwork, and a whole lot of blueberries. Because truly, that is the real prize. The Smurfs erupted into laughter, embracing each other in a joyous celebration. The ribbons fluttered in the cool night breeze as they hugged, sang, and danced under the moonlit sky. The festivities concluded with a grand feast. A giant blueberry pie was brought forth, gleaming in the moonlight, and fireworks lit up the sky in dazzling colors. The evening ended with a harmonious chorus of la 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 la, echoing across the village, encapsulating the night in pure Smurf happiness.